Yes, I am back in my happy place at the Salisbury Centre. It's so lovely to be back here. I feel like I haven't been here in months, not weeks. I've been where I am in the midst of my compassionate mind training. Today was day 2. And there's just so much to learn. It's just so interesting, this whole topic of compassion. What does it truly mean? That it's not all kindness and love. It's also setting boundaries, awareness, finding balance. And today we had a really interesting discussion about something that I've been working with quite a bit. So I've been working with the window of tolerance. If you've worked with me, whether it's in my day job or one-to-one or in a group environment, I always use the window of tolerance because I really like it as a model. If you're new to the window of tolerance, then you definitely need to listen to my session that I did with Petals and Om. I talk all about the window of tolerance there, so have a look there, or Google it, of course. So window of tolerance was created by Dan Siegel. It's a model that talks about arousal states and literally tolerance, what we're able to tolerate. And I love it because I think it correlates very, very nicely with the 3 emotional regulation systems by Paul Gilbert. Again, if this is something that's new to you, you can go on the Balanced Minds website. They've got lots of information there, or Google it, or go on YouTube. There's lots of stuff. Why I like it is because the window of tolerance talks about this hyper-aroused state where your heart's beating fast, you're feeling threatened, you're overwhelmed, everything's too much. Then there's the window of tolerance where we find our mindful moments, where we feel soothed. We're in the parasympathetic nervous system where we rest and digest. And then there's the hyper-aroused at the bottom, which is all about feeling very flat, very low. Freeze comes into that. And our intention is always to widen our window of tolerance, not to necessarily be in the window of tolerance, but widen it. And there's this same idea with the 3 emotional regulation systems. So we have the threat system, which is all about, the sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, freeze, where we feel overwhelmed, where our nervous system is reacting. This sense of threat in our environment. When it's balanced, it's really healthy because it helps us recognize threats and make sure when we cross the street that we're careful. But when it's not, it can really be debilitating. Then there's the drive system, which is all about that place where we have that emotional regulation, or without that state where we set goals, we set intentions. It's the reason we get out of bed in the morning, right? And again, flip side of that, regulated, it's a really healthy thing. We need drive so that we do set goals, we do achieve things. But if it's out of balance, if you like, then, for example, people that burn out, that maybe give too much of themselves to work, people that over-exercise, for example. And then there's a green emotional regulation system, which is the soothe system. And the soothe system is where we tap into the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, the rest and digest. Again, where we do things like yoga, mindfulness, whatever it is, be outside like I am now, and where we feel regulated. And it's not healthy to be completely in that system either, because we need to have an element of threat. We need to have an element of drive. So basically, I don't know if I'm making sense, the 3 emotional regulation systems for me are a bit like the window of tolerance. We navigate, whether it's the emotional regulation systems or the window of tolerance, we navigate that every moment of every day. Because our nervous system is constantly looking out for threats. It's constantly trying to keep us alive. It's about survival. So if I think of that, I love this idea that this is what the discussion was today, that with the 3 emotional regulation systems, we need a balance between all 3. They're all needed. They're all important. It's about balance, not just one. Not just being in the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, because that's not healthy either. We need a bit of everything in balance. And with the window of tolerance, it's that same idea of we navigate that and fluctuate between those different states of arousal or tolerance. And it's about widening the window, not being in the window, just like we don't want to be just in the soothe regulation system, the soothe emotional regulation system. We don't want to just be in the window of tolerance. We want to widen that window. So anyway, I found that discussion really helpful. For me, it was really empowering to have a bit of, let me think, what's the right word? A bit of validation, a bit of affirmation that the way I've been processing these theories and using them at times, really kind of linking them, the window of tolerance and the 3 emotional regulation systems, is actually a really helpful way to look at things. And there is definitely correlations. So I was really grateful for that discussion amongst the many, many other discussions we had today. So yeah, there we go. That's just, I guess in some ways I needed to say it out loud just to process it again. You know, sometimes you're in training and there's just so much to take in. You almost need to reflect on it, and that's what I'm doing now. And this is the perfect place to do it, in the Salisbury Centre Garden, of course, my happy place. And I wanted to share my thoughts with you as well, particularly those of you that have worked with me. You'll know that I actively use these theories, the window of tolerance, the 3 emotional regulation systems, compassion focused practices, as well as somatic and nervous system theories are part of everything that I offer. And it's really important that we understand that the practices we do are anchored in theory. Research has been done. We're not just jumping around for the sake of it. We're not doing mindfulness just because it feels good. There's actual theory behind it all. Anyway, that is my share. I started off this video with me just swinging on the beautiful Salisbury swing. I love it. Oh, as soon as I got here, I was like, I need to go on my swing. That's where I definitely feel I can connect the most with rest and digest, and definitely connect the most with the parasympathetic part of my nervous system, where I just feel really calm. So yeah. So that's my thought. Anyway, so that's all I have to share. For those of you that are watching live right now, hi, how are you? Yeah, wishing you all a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I'm here because I'm going to be seeing a coaching client, which I'm really excited about. So it's a somatic session. Those are always wonderful because there's just so much learning within these sessions. And so much co-regulation and awareness and understanding and exploration. And I'm always so inspired by these sessions. I get so much from them. So I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, that's all I have to share. It is beautiful here in the garden. Everything is blooming. In fact, I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see, because I've actually there's some little bees just buzzing around. Isn't that beautiful? There's a couple actually. There's another one here. Don't know if you can see it. There's just so many beautiful plants here. Oh, there's another one. I love bees. It's amazing how they fly from flower to flower just to collect pollen. They have their purpose. Yeah, and the flowers are just blooming here. It's absolutely beautiful. And it makes me really excited because I have my upcoming women's circle, outdoor women's circle with the beautiful Faye taking place here in the garden around the fireplace. I've got the last part of my surrender series, Soma integration course coming up, and we'll definitely use the garden. And on the 6th of July, I've got my outdoor around the fire sound experience journey. And I can't wait to have that. I haven't done sound outside in this garden yet, so that's a new thing for me. And I'm very excited. And actually, if you don't know this space, let me show you. So this will be the space we'll use both for the women's circles and my sound journey. And the fire will be right in there in the middle. And as you can hear, it's such a beautiful, peaceful space. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, that is all I have to share. Let me turn the camera around to me. That's all I have to share. Take good care, everyone. Look after yourself. Keep listening to that body, listening to that heart. Do what feels right for you and your body. And only you have the answer of what that is. As always, if ever you want to get in touch with me, ask me questions, work with me, get in touch. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go. I feel like I've waffled on for ages. Take good care, everyone. From me, Corey from Coa, in the heart of Edinburgh, in the beautiful, beautiful Salisbury Gardens.